Assalamu alaikum. Have a good day. Welcome to Financial Management e-Learning. We are going to discuss business ethics, corporate governance, business laws, and we are now in corporate governance domain. Module 13, with rules and principles-based approaches to governance, the impact of corporate governance on directors' power and duties, types of board structure, the role of the board and corporate social responsibility. So, within this corporate governance domain, today we will discuss three topics. Rules and principle-based approach. So what is a rule-based and what is principle-based? So we know that there is a continuing debate over the form corporate governance guidelines should take. Some beliefs to fundamental principles, and others that details rules are required. So we have already seen that the United Kingdom has adopted a principle-based approach with the combined code. So main features of rules and principles-based approach. If you see here, it is the short form, look here, principle-based and rule-based. So principle-based at the UK and Commonwealth countries you use it, rule-based use USA. So Code of Corporate Governance is the set of best practice that listed companies should comply with. It is a principle-based. So companies that do not comply with the code are required to explain how good corporate governance can be achieved by the alternatives. So shareholders and other interested parties can gain from their own option and decide on their next course of action. So it is the principle based. If you see the rule based, US SEC using the rule base. Rule base is used in USA. So Code of Corporate Governance is a set of provisions that listed companies have to comply with as a matter of law. Have to comply. And as it is matter of law, non-compliance attracts heavy penalties in the form of the fines. United States has firmly come down. United States has firmly come down. That was a rule-based approach. This is most evident for the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. A large number of compliance work by companies to ensure they meet very detailed rules. So if we see, there are many arguments of the against the both approach. So in argument, positive or negative, the principle-based approaches as advantages are principle have no minimum standards and there is incentive to improve over time due to investor confidence in goods companies. Carefully worded principles avoid the problems of covering all circumstances. These are encouraged to adapt corporate governance by following their speed of word rather than the letter of the law. So it is the positive side of principle-based approach. And what is the negative side? It is the negative sides are companies have to decide by themselves how to comply with the principles. There is a greater uncertainty as to interpretation and slower implementations, as companies can have the option to explain non-compliance and the cost is high. That's why it is not implementing the companies. So where companies are highly regulated already, companies are highly regulated, there is a high cost, it is not practical, and companies may have valid reasons for non-compliance with this rule. So if we see again the rule base, what is the advantages? Advantages: companies do not have the choice of ignoring the rules, have to follow it. all companies are required to meet the same minimum standards of corporate governance, and investors' confidence in the stock market might be improved if all the stock market companies are required to comply with the recognizing corporate governance rules. And also, what is the negative side? Negative side is that in order to for all the companies to be able to comply, the rules cannot be set too high. Therefore, they are in the minimum standard of corporate governance and can result in the rules which are not excellent, and trains to encourage ways to apply around the rules or find loopholes. You need to cover all possibilities that is impossible to achieve. Trains to increase the cost of the compliance, so compliance cost would be high. And companies follow corporate governance, adopt a checklist approach. It is the negative side of a rules-based approach. And if we see that general guidance in the little of use, ensure companies have a robust procedure in place. So the cost of the compliance may be high, but it is likely to be less than the cost of the measure for occurring. So this is the positive thing we have to think, because if cost high, but it would be the less than the measure for occurring. So what we have seen here that, so what we discuss the principle-based approach and rule-based approach. The impact of corporate governance on directors' power and duties. So directors, look here, board of directors is a body of elected or appointment members who jointly oversee the activities of a company or organization. So this is the directors. Okay, now directors' power. The duty of act of good faith and for the proper purposes. Directors' powers must be exercised not only the manner required by the law, but also the bona fide for the benefit of the companies as a whole. Okay. In general, directors may be anything that is legal and allowed by the company's constitution. The directors exercise corporate powers. They must exercise their power with good faith for overall corporate governance for the organization. So director duties are to act within the powers to promote the success of the company, of the benefit for it. Directors must have regard to the long-term and a wider facility with the relationship with employees, suppliers, customers, and the impact of the company's operation on the community, the environment, and to exercise independent judgment, to exercise reasonable care skill, to avoid conflict of interest. So these are the director the duties, responsibilities of the board of directors. So there are role and responsibilities of board of directors. Acting directly through duty constituted committee shall have the following responsibility. What is that? That is the oversee the conduct of the company's business, review, approve, and monitor fundamental businesses and financial activities and measure corporate action. It's a process designed to ensure the accuracy and completeness of the company's financial statements, monitor the effectiveness of the company's internal control, that means internal audit monitoring, and audit compliance. The access measure risks facing the company and review option to the addressing such risks. Ensure process are the place for maintaining the integrity. Ensure process are in place for maintaining for the company. Evaluate the authorized session of the company's CEO and C-level persons. They oversee the selection, evaluation, development, compensation, and succession planning of the top executives of the organization. So overall, board of directors responsibility is huge, and it depends on the good corporate governance if established by the board of directors within the organization. That organization should be survived properly, effectively, and efficiently. So now the impact of the corporate governance director power. What is the impact? Sound corporate governance practice principles of corporate governance are rights of shareholders. That means shareholders' rights. The corporate governance framework should protect shareholders and facilitate their rights in the company. So equal treatment of shareholders. All shareholders should be treated equitably, fairly, including those who constitute a minority, individuals and foreign shareholders. All should be seen in the same eyes. And the stakeholders, the corporate governance framework should recognize the legal rights of stakeholders of the organization and disclose and transparency. All items should be disclosed, transparent, clear to all. And board of directors, what would be that? The board of directors should set the direction of the companies and monitor management in order that the company will achieve its objective, operational objective. The corporate governance framework depends on board's accountability to the company and its members. The role of the board of directors are define the purpose of the company, define the values by which the company will perform its daily duties, by identify the stakeholders relevant to the company, to develop a strategy combining these factors to ensure implementation of this study. And we can express that there is a huge impact of corporate governance on directors' power and duties. Okay. Now, diverse the board of a structure and the role of the board and corporate social responsibility. The role of the structure, the types of the board, we can see here that there are some boards, all are executive board, majority board, and majority outsider board, two-tier supervisory board, and advisory board. That type of a structure have. So if we see the UK board structure, the choice is board structure UK can split into three options. One is all executive director, another majority executive directors, another major non-executive directors. So it is the structure UK board structure is that. A fourth option of all non-executive director is non-practical, as the board need input from those running the day-to-day operation when making decision. And most companies in the UK operate a unitary board system where a singular board is in control of the organization. See the German board. The institutional arrangements in German companies are based on the two-tier board. One is supervisory board, another is management board. So the board also ensure that in German, the board also ensure that business meets all the regulatory obligations and prepares resolution for meeting, provides financial statement for the general meeting, and members are elected for the 5 years in supervisory board and in supervisory board in German. So France board, if you see, most France companies use one of the following three board structure. One is unitary board with the roles of chairman and chief executive officer roles into one, the president director general or PCD. Alternative, the role may be separated, and unitary board with the role of chairman and the chief executive officer separate, and the two-tier structure similar to the German model. And if you see the American board, most board of USA are unitary number of non-executive directors as well as the directors who are women or from ethnic minorities. So here we are seeing that the US board of directors, that means US companies board of directors, are unitary with increasing number of non-executive directors. So if we see in our Bangladesh, Securities and Exchange Commission of Bangladesh, latest last 3rd June 2018, released the corporate governance code. Have to follow by the all listed company. Look here, as per the corporate governance code in Bangladesh, board size, the number of the board members of the company shall not less than the 5 and more than 20. The provided, however, because here we have the separate regulator, for example, for the banks, it have the Bangladesh banks, but that means central banks. For the insurance, we have the IDRA, we have the, so here said that provided, however, that in case of the banks and non-banking financial institutions, insurance companies and statutory bodies for which separated primary regulator like Bangladesh Bank, Insurance Development Authority, IDRA, etc. exists the board, those companies shall be constituted as may be prescribed by such primary regulator, have to follow that. So all companies shall encourage effective representation of independent director. As per the code, 1/5 of the board of directors should be independent director. So it is for our Bangladesh. And now if we see the role of the board, establishing the vision, mission and values for the organization. So it is the vital thing. Please download this sheet from my Google Drive and read it. It is very important for you. So we are just discussing the main point here. So the role of the board is establishing vision, mission and value. It is the main role. And second role is set a strategy and a structure for the organization and delegate to the management, delegate the power to the management, what have to do, and also the exercise accountability to the shareholders and be responsible to the relevant stakeholders. It is the role of the board of directors of a company. And now if you see the corporate social responsibility, we have seen it in my previous modules. The social CSR is the form of corporate self-regulation integrated into a business model. So some of the drives pushing business towards CSR includes, the drives are the shrinking role of governments, demand for greater disclosure, increased customers' interest, growing investor pressure, competitive labor market, supplier relations. So if we see here the sum of the positive outcomes that can be raised when business adopt a policy of CSR or social, that is corporate social responsibility, include companies benefit. What is that? Improve financial benefit, lower operation cost, enhance brand image and reputation, increase sales and customer loyalty, greater productivity and quality increase, more ability to accuse the retain employees, reduce regulatory oversight, access to capital, workforce diversified, and product safety and decrease liability is the company's benefit. We can say it, and the benefit to the community and the general public is charitable contribution, simply voluntary program, corporate involvement, the community education, product safety and equity. It is for the benefit for the society or community, and benefit for the environment is greater material recyclability, better product durability and functionality, greater use of renewable resource. So it is the environmental benefit from the corporate social responsibility. If we see here, what are the organization need is the favorable reputation, because this influences stakeholders perception, which is done improve the stakeholders interaction with the organization, particularly as a customer of supplier which has a demonstrated benefit on the cost of doing business. Okay, but an organization cannot arbitrarily decide what is reputation will be. So corporate governance is a vital thing for the organization, and CSR also help here. I think you clear here that is from the corporate social responsibility, companies have some value, societies have some adding value, environmental have some adding value. So I think it's for today. So what we discuss today, we discuss rules and principle-based approach of the corporate governance. What we have seen here principle-based use in UK and Commonwealth countries, and rule-based use in United States, and the impact of the corporate governance in directors' power and duties. We have seen it. The types of board structure we have seen 2, 3, or 4 countries, and also we have seen in our country, our Securities and Exchange Commission released the corporate governance code to comply by the listed security in our country. So it's all today. Inshallah, we will meet with you again with my next module. That would be the last module of the corporate domain. Till then, Allah Hafiz.